Okay, so hello again everybody. Back here with Reprimize on the Sanitarium server. We're actually on our way over to... How do you pronounce your name? Is it Aushiteru?
Aushiteru.
Aushiteru? Is that from, what you call it, Japanimation? Or what's the origin?
Won't go into it.
Oh, long story, okay. So, yeah, that's his name. And we're heading over to his place and see some of his creations. The first thing I'm going to do is definitely apologize, because I had made my server kind of starter tour video for my first one on the server, and I neglected to mention him. Apparently he had a lot to do with the stuff I was showing off, like the hub especially, and he does, you know, a lot of stuff on the server. But that was before I met everybody, and, well, yeah, so we're going to show off some of his stuff now.
I gave you crap about it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and I am going to add a notation on the video. So yeah, this is going to be his place. So you have anything to add for yourself?
Not really. I like to harass people a lot.
Yeah.
And most of the time I can take it.
So
Nothing outright evil and malicious, though.
Yeah. So Aush is kind of like a machinist type builder. He seems to want to build a lot of contraptions and stuff, which is really cool, and currently a lot of it still escapes me, but yeah, it's definitely admirable. So here we are in the village thingy. This is where a lot of the server used to do a lot of building and stuff, but it's mostly vacant now as I understand it. Here's a big old farm. This is like a commercial sized farm, and the windmill, and the beacon. This was originally, an NPC village, correct?
Yes, it started out as an NPC village, and that's why all the roads are kind of screwy.
Yeah. I know how that's like. My hometown is a very old city in Canada, named Halifax. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's capital of Nova Scotia. But yeah, a lot of the roads are really cramped and stuff, and there's one-way streets all over the place because it was built like 200 years ago, and some of it sucks. Alright, we're here at KFC, so this is probably his biggest creation, automated chicken farm. And here's Aush.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the skin yet. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is the best one I can find. I forgot to write down the user's name who uploaded it, but I got it off of planetminecraft.com.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's got the bowler tie and everything. So all credit
That was pretty epic.
All credit to Red's Critty for coming up with the idea. She's on the server as well, and she thought of putting on Colonel Sanders' skin for the KFC. Very awesome. Yeah. I like that. So yeah, this is the place with the stuff. Disclaimer, first of all, Aush knows that it's pretty inefficient the way it works, and you know it's too big and makes lag, but he's probably just gonna tear it down and rebuild it far more efficiently. Yeah.
Yeah, the plan was to get it on video so that way I got a record of it, because it's kind of interesting the way I did it. And my goal when I built it was not to look up how everybody else had done it and just come up with my own way of doing it, and then kind of look and see what other people have done. And I based my starting design was basically off of Monkey Farm's chicken farm. And I realize that's pretty obsolete now too, but that's kind of why I've got the chickens underneath the tables and whatnot.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. I mean, that's a great way to learn redstone, is to build your own stuff, even if it, you know, doesn't turn out as well as it could. Well, you know, of course not, because you need practice.
Yep, we even got our slogan on the wall there. Over here by the gate.
That's lagalicious.
Yeah, so I got a sense of humor about it. But basically the entire thing is automated, and it's got a dispenser elevator that shoots all the cooked chicken right up into this chest here.
Something going on there.
Then I got a tip box because You know, I'm not selling it, I'm just giving it away, and then people who want to leave a tip can leave a tip. And I got a hopper underneath that, so that way all the tips they put in there go right into a private chest and nobody can steal them.
That's pretty cool. I should have brought you an emerald. Damn it.
That's alright. Red was really nice, and she gave me a enchanted diamond sword, which I thought was pretty cool.
Wow, that's a hell of a tip.
But
you can't have my sword.
Basically, this thing just cycled not that long ago, because you can see it's all chicks right now.
Yeah.
So we missed all the exciting stuff, but...
Well, everybody's seen chickens die, I imagine.
Yeah, that's kind of fun watching them die in lava, though.
I turned down my game sound, so it shouldn't be too clicky and stuff on the video. Hopefully nobody's getting annoyed. I just unlocked it. Oh, phone's going off.
So here's the cooked chicken elevator, or part of it, because there's several levels to this. That's my tip chest right here, hanging from the ceiling.
So how does the elevator work? Does it work with tripwires, or is it just dispenser things? Like, what's going on here?
It's dispensers. I'll explain it to you. Ask me again when we get down to the bottom. I'll kind of explain how it's working.
Okay.
But then when it dumps the chickens, it'll come down here, and there's a hopper in the water stream that collects all the items. So it's only chickens that go down to the end down there, and you can kind of see the dispenser where it dispenses the lava and kills them.
Got it.
And then kind of through this wall here is kind of the heart of the whole thing. I've got a dispenser there that dispenses eggs, and I got 3 hoppers to hold them, and of course it's got yet another elevator for eggs. That's probably why it's so laggy as all the elevators I've gotten here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And chickens on water streams I heard aren't good either.
Yeah.
So how it works is basically on this side over here it's got a timer coming up through the floor to the dispenser to shoot them. And right now it's off because it's not shooting chickens, obviously.
Yeah.
And when the hoppers are full, there's a comparator on the end here that sends out a signal telling it that it's full and to start butchering chickens and then shooting eggs. And then there's another comparator over on the dispenser, so when the dispenser's empty, it switches back to egg production instead of meat production. And the signal comes down through the floor right here. I've got signs kind of around so you can kind of tell on your own what they do.
Got it.
I'll do my best to explain it. And the water, it gets dumped by a piston here that moves in front of it. And that's basically the same as Monkey Farm had it, only, you know, it's hooked up to an automatic thing.
Right. So yeah,
if I come down here,
it's all pretty big wiring, as everyone can tell. But yep, cool stuff.
Yeah, it's extremely inefficient, but it's kind of cool. Then for the water shutoff, I've got a pulse limiter, so that sets the right amount of the pulse for the right amount of time, so the chickens have time to drop through the water, and they don't get stuck kind of halfway in between. And then I got an RS NOR latch that switches between egg production and chicken production. And then over here I've got the timer for the egg dispenser, which heads up through the floor. And yeah, it's huge and inefficient, but you know, it works.
Yeah. Besides, when contraptions are huge, they have their own brand of coolness to them. You know, it looks like a mad scientist kind of theme.
Yeah, I kind of think of myself as a little bit of a mad scientist. This redstone we're standing on right here is the signal that sends, it changes from on to off, and that'll send a pulse through here. And this is basically a pulse extender, and it extends the pulse long enough for the double pulse generator over here to generate a double pulse, and then that goes over to the lava dispenser, which dispenses the lava and then scoops it back up again.
Cool, cool.
And then you're wondering about the elevator wiring, and how it works is it's got comparator on here.
Holy crap.
That, yeah, this is one of the smaller ones, believe it or not. But the comparator next to the dispenser detects an item, and then it'll send out a signal, and the signal kind of works through this. This is actually a little clock right here that I'm standing on.
Yeah.
And then to get the signal all the way up to the top, depending on the size of the elevator, there's a set of comparators over here that kind of act like a capacitor, and so it'll let the signal run longer than it should. And I got that off a YouTube video too, but I can't remember which one. But props to whoever came up with that, because that's probably something I wouldn't have figured out right away.
Yeah, it's not something I've figured out now.
Yeah. Let's see, then we got to go back this way. Everything goes through a sorting system here. I've got chickens here to kind of boost the cycle time, because otherwise it takes forever for chickens to grow up and then start laying eggs and actually cycle them, you know?
Yeah.
So I got these chickens in here, which again are in water, and I didn't need to do that, but that's kind of the way I did it. And then I thought about it afterwards. I'm like, duh, I didn't have to do that. But there's hoppers underneath that send the eggs to the egg elevator.
And it is funny to watch them hop around in there in the water.
Yeah, that's why I put glass there, so we can all watch them jumping around like a bunch of idiots. It's like a
Yeah.
chicken rave. Should have put flashing lights in there,
Oh
because that wouldn't
shit.
cause more lag.
Yeah, yeah.
This right here is the sorter, so all the items get sorted, so that way, like the cooked chicken doesn't wind up, you know, shooting feathers up and whatnot into the chest too. So it all gets sorted out.
Yeah. This
And
part
anything,
I kind of get. I kind of get that idea.
yeah, that's basic sorter. But then I put a chest at the end, so if somehow, you know, like if I start remodeling or something and a block or something falls into one of the conveyors, then it winds up in that chest there, and it doesn't wind up jamming everything up.
Right.
And then these obviously go to the egg elevator. This row of hoppers here that kind of act as a pipeline.
Yep.
Then we got the chicken killing area, and they're standing on a half slab, and there's a hopper underneath, and when they die, all the items go underneath there. There is a glitch, though, I think with 1.5, where items tend to fly through stuff a lot easier. So a lot of times I'll wind up with loose chickens down here, and like when they cooks the chickens and feathers kind of go everywhere, which is kind of funny, but
Yeah, I've been noting the same thing, especially with chickens. Chickens seem to be bad for going through stuff.
yeah. And then the cooked chickens go to, it winds up being cooked chicken and feathers, so it goes to this elevator here, and that elevator goes over to the sorter so it can sort out the cooked chicken and feathers, so that way it only sends cooked chicken out.
How many
And
stacks
then
of redstone do you think this is?
oh, at least 4 or 5. I went through a lot.
That sounds about right.
But I'm standing on redstone for the elevator that shoots up the cooked chicken here,
Yep.
and then the redstone for the cooked chicken and feather elevator is over there, because there's 2 separate elevators. And then there's a pipeline over my head here that takes it to the sorting system.
Got it.
And I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
I believe so. That's how everything goes up. That's how everything gets sorted. There's
And as you can see,
pipeline.
there is a chicken there.
Bastard. Can I kill him?
You could, but he'll wind up in the egg shooter. I can go get him. If you want to kill him, you can. I had one. I had one chicken that I killed, I think, and it was over one of these, and then I had a raw chicken, and a feather in the egg dispensers up there, and it just happened to be in that last hopper, so it screwed it up, and there was eggs jammed up everywhere because since it's not a full stack, it didn't count it as being full because it was just the one chicken and the one feather in there instead of eggs. And so it didn't count that hopper as full, and so it just sat there collecting eggs up, and they all got jammed up in the elevator and everywhere else, and it made a big mess.
Chicken's always trying to wreck shit. Anyway, I killed him and I got all his items, so he shouldn't be ruining anything. I suppose she.
Yeah, so there's more loose chicken up here.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, it works, but it's pretty inefficient.
But I mean, anything automatic is good, no matter how inefficient. As long as your game still runs, it's cool to have.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed because I kind of figured it out on paper on how to do it, and my idea was basically that, you know, because I couldn't figure out how to separate full-grown chickens from chicks, and so that's what I came up with. And after I started running this thing for a while, I realized that when they're sitting on that half slab and the lava dispenses above them, that the chicks don't die, but the chickens do. So I could have made it really a lot more efficient. And I realized that when I looked up some YouTube videos of automatic chicken farms, and some of them are really compact and don't have a lot of redstone at all. And I feel kind of stupid for building this big contraption, but it's kind of cool, and I learned a lot, and that was kind of the point, you know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I mean, if you wanted to build exactly what somebody else built, then you could have just did it.
Yeah, but it was more of a learning experience, so now I can make it more efficient and a lot less laggy.
Yeah.
And the one thing I found out was kind of cool, that I kind of understand how it works, but it still kind of mystifies me a little bit, is that double pulse thing that I seen on one of, once again, Monkey Farm's videos. And it's kind of cool because it tosses a block back and forth between the 2 hoppers, and that's what creates a double pulse.
Right.
So, did you want to see more of town, or are we just going to do the KFC?
Sure, we can do some more stuff. Colonel Sanders is an excellent tour guide.
Well, across from KFC is the tree farm.
Yeah.
And that was here when I got here, but I remodeled it so it's a little more efficient because they were all kind of sitting on blocks and whatnot, and they were too close together to get enough saplings for things like the spruce trees to be able to replant, you know.
Right.
And let's see, you already showed everybody the other side of town, right? Down over here?
Yeah, when I was walking through here, I got the farm and the windmill and stuff.
Yeah, and then we got there's a jungle tree that I think they took the top off of and put an archer's tower there, and that was here when I moved here, and a lot of the other farms were too.
Let's run up here and see what's going on.
I think it's locked yet.
Uh,
So that makes it kind of a pain in the butt. Is it locked?
Nope. Oh, there's a sign up here for targets and points and stuff.
Yeah, they were having fun with was Thor. Thor is 250 points, and
Yeah.
Everybody kind of picks on Thor a little bit, but he doesn't play much anymore. And I don't think it's because we pick on him. I think it's just he got bored with it.
Yeah. This is a good view.
But
of town.
from up here, you can see you can see my iron farm with the smiley face on the other side.
Yeah.
I started building a mall over there. I have a lot of half-finished projects, by the way. I started the mall, and I got one wing of it done. And I decided I need a mob grinder, so I started building one behind the church over there. I don't know if you can see it with the lanterns hanging off the side of it.
Let's see here. Yep.
You got the church, and then yeah, that's what I come up with so far. I just was working on it this morning since you weren't around. And then you can see my house and the brick path and my big swimming pool and my iron farm, and what else was there? There's the napping gazebo down there, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. The brick path really looks good from this view up here.
Yeah, it does. I'd like to build a brick house or something sometime, but I'll get around to it, I guess.
Yeah, my the main building to my fortress is going to be, I think, all brick on the exterior, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. The house kind of out on the peninsula out there is Johnny's old house, and last I looked, he had tried turning it into a bank, and I don't know how well that's going to go over, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
We've got a little courtyard there by the HQ there, and it's got a message board that I made, but it wound up becoming a quote board, and everybody else kind of threw their stuff on it instead of actual messages, so yeah, I don't know, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that for the Nether Hub, suggesting that having, like, for doing trades and stuff would be a good way to do it.
Well, that's kind of what I was building the mall for, was trades, but I was going to do automated trades where it's item or block for an item or block, you know.
I always gotta do something cooler than what I was gonna do.
Sorry, man. I know how to do the redstone for it,
Yeah.
so. And then you don't have to worry about it getting ripped off either. The church Lost built, and it's actually, I'm not a big church person, but his church actually was done really well. He's missing his doors because he put wooden doors on it, and then zombies come and knocked him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I put the Westboro Baptist Church on there because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, this is a cool church, and also not much of a churchgoer, but definitely cool.
It looks a lot bigger on the inside than it seems on the outside, because on the outside it doesn't look that big, but you get in here and it seems like it's just huge. It's kind of cool.
Lovely open concept.
So I don't know how he did that, but you know, it's definitely cool.
Yep.
But he didn't put a bell on here, so I harassed him about it by leaving a sign up there, but I don't think he's been around for a while, so
Yeah.
he probably didn't see it.
Yeah, there should really be something up here. I mean, it's like the sign.
Well, I was thinking a fence post, or yeah, like a fence post hanging from the ceiling, and then like a gold
Gold block.
block underneath that kind of simulate a bell, but I don't know how that would look.
Something
If
would
it was-
probably be better than nothing.
Yeah, if it was a lot bigger, you could make like this huge bell. But I think part of his problem too is he made it an even number of blocks because of the two doors, and so you get up on top there and you can't really put a an odd number thing like you know, because you'd have to have a bell an odd number because an even number would look kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's the iron farm, and you can't see it now because it's dark and there's a cloud in the way. But there's a diving board up there that falls all the way down to the pool. And the iron farm, the end of the iron farm is down here. So basically the iron golems, the villagers will spawn iron golems, and then they fall down the middle here, and then the water pushes them through the lava, and they get stuck on the last bit of lava here, which is right over the hoppers, and then all the iron drops and stuff go into the hoppers, which goes into the chest. And of course it's locked, so you can't get in it. Haha.
Damn it.
Why, did you need some iron?
No.
Well, one of the new people came and they stole all my iron blocks out of there, so that's why I locked it, because I was kind of mad.
Yeah, that's
I
probably a
wouldn't
good idea.
care, but they took all the iron blocks and kind of screwed it up a little bit, so I was kind of upset about that. So then I locked it, because they don't need all that iron anyway. I gave them some iron when they got here, but they still took all my iron, so I was kind of upset.
It's the rules of life. You give people stuff and they just want more.
You give and you give and you give, and they take and take and take until you ain't got nothing left.
Yep.
So anyway, my house isn't really anything special. It's just basically a house, I guess. Since you came here last, I built this big-ass furnace thing that's all automatic. And all it's got in it is cobble, turning it into stone, so
Well,
that way I can
you definitely
smoke.
don't want to build with cobble, so.
Yeah, well, I was doing stone blocks, so
Yeah.
I wanted stone bricks, I believe.
Yep.
And so I wanted that, and I needed a lot of it for that building I was going to build for the mob spawner. And yeah, that's why I built it.
Yep.
I tend to ramble a little bit too, sorry.
It's alright. I definitely, if you've seen my videos, I am very prone to that.
So anyway, this is kind of like my main area, so it's got a lot of, like stuff I use regularly for crafting, and it's kind of just tossed around. I kind of put my house here because it had a cool little view out of there, and there's a little island out there and whatnot.
I need to make myself one of these ender chests. I didn't even know what they did until somebody asked me if I had one in my place, and I was like, maybe I should look that up. And I was like, oh, that's really handy, I should have one.
Yeah, those things are awesome. But
Yeah.
this is my little bedroom. There's not really anything in here. I keep like a chest of ender pearls and whatnot around that I use once in a while, but like to have,
Yeah.
I think the other chest had roses in it for whatever reason. I thought it was funny to keep a chest full of roses by the bed.
Very good. You see
And
you should see my brother's bedroom with one of the other guys that plays at his place. It's called the Lovenasium, and it's all like draped in vines, and there's torches strategically placed and stuff. It's very gay.
that's funny. This is a little bit more storage. It's kind of haphazard because I just kind of chucked it down here quick.
Yep.
But it was supposed to be a trophy room, and I started with this bow, and Thor was nice enough to make this to me, even though we kind of pick on him. He took my bow and he added enchantments to it, and so I believe it's got all the enchantments you can put on a bow, and they're all at maximum. But it's at about half health, and you can't fix it anymore, so I decided to stick it in an item frame there and write the stats down.
Yeah. You can't fix it even with a non-magic bow?
No, you can't fix it at all. It says too expensive no matter what you do, so
Okay.
I didn't want to break it because it was too cool, but I mean, it's got some kick-ass stats. It's a
Yep.
really nice bow.
Yeah, I've got one, but it doesn't have unbreaking, so I don't know, I should try and see if I can fix it, and if not, then I won't add unbreaking.
Yeah. Down here is kind of where I put all my stuff for mining, and then my entrance to my mine is here. I don't know if you want to go all the way down there or not. But basically,
Nah.
it's got a... oh, we can go down there and come back up. You gotta
Right.
jump.
Oh, crap. Alright, I'm doing it.
Ah, sucker. No. So if you go, shit, I'm gonna die. Yeah, see, right before you hit the bottom, there's 2 blocks of water, so you don't die.
Yeah. Water drop.
But, yeah, then I got, like, my mines down here. And I accidentally ran it into Johnny's stuff, because Johnny's storage room is right where this glowstone is. And so I had to mine underneath his storage room, which is kind of funny. I harassed him about that. What are you doing, like, putting stuff underneath my house? Because this comes straight down,
That's funny.
But then it's a long climb back up, and I still got to fix some of this, because I spiral staircase down, And so as you go back up, like, there's a mine shaft here, and then there's, like, a bunch of, like, leftover, like, staircase.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the, what's called the Endervator? It's by Zisto.
I think I heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It involves ender pearls and tripwires for an elevator system. Definitely gonna be looking into that because yeah, I want a faster way up from mines than ladders. And the log
Yeah.
elevator doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I put a fence post in between there, so when I come up, I wouldn't accidentally run right back into the drop, because that would really kind of be annoying.
Yeah.
And then I got another floor underneath there I just tinker around with, and it's also got my eggs, because I have chickens here just for eggs, even though I get a crap load of them from the KFC, but they're just on top of a hopper that goes into a chest, and that's kind of the way I should have did it at KFC, but...
Yeah.
You know
That would be less fun.
Well, you know what they say about hindsight, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of my house. Oh yeah, we got the pool yet. I didn't show you the pool. I made sliding glass doors here.
Yeah, the pool is fun.
And I just finished this walk. I wanted to do it in gold, but I don't have a gold farm yet, and there's still some dirt underneath that I haven't fixed yet. But basically it's got this cool hot tub. I put lava underneath the glass, so that way it kind of looked like a hot tub and not just a big puddle of water off the side of the pool, you know?
Yep. And the lava moving underneath kind of gives it the illusion that the water is moving a little as well.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yep.
And if you go down this hole right here, I know it's supposed to be a secret, but I tell everybody about it anyway. It goes underneath the hot tub, and then you can see the lava underneath. And I put some plants down here to make it look pretty, and one of the guys that doesn't play much anymore, he come and he built this lounge chair and put a sign up that says I live here now, because he thought this was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Secret
We won't
closet grow up.
Yeah, we won't say what kind of plants those are.
Yeah. Those are recreational plants.
Sage.
Delicious sage.
Oh, and then there's like one chest there that I was using while I built it, and all it's got in now is I think a fishing rod in case I want to fish in my pool for whatever reason.
Makes sense to me.
So I don't know how them fish keep getting in there, but I keep trying to catch them all so there won't be any fish in my pool, but it never works.
I'm really looking forward to when they put more water mobs in the game, especially like fish, so you could have like aquariums and stuff, because squid just aren't really doing it for me.
So this is like a glass patio. I was going to put some patio furniture on here, but I didn't want to detract from the view underneath the pool, you know?
Yeah.
So I still kind of torn about that. The hole for the diving board, which I can see right now, I don't know if you can on your screen. The little cross thing up there is the diving board, and it falls all the way down through this little hole in the glass here.
Yeah, all I can see is a cloud.
Yeah, so I surrounded it with torches so so nobody would be like, oh, there's one missing, I'll put one there for him and be a buddy, and then I jump and get splattered all over the glass, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the jump again, even though I hate it, and then I can actually see it because that cloud is not moving.
Yeah, you gotta watch the top because if you're not careful, you'll walk right off the other side. I've been meaning to put fences there, but it just hasn't been high on my priority list for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's the thing about the. I know it's not actually a risk, but the rail to the ender farm, it freaks me out because the track is right on the edge.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I really want something to be there because it's just void all around you.
I was actually debating whether or not to build another level or another row outside of that, and just put ender fences there.
Yeah.
So I just thought that looked kind of cool, and it was just ender fences. But as you can see, this is where like all the villagers are. They're in these little pods like this, and the doors kind of regulate how many of them can be there, and then the villagers are what spawn the golems, and that's how the iron farm works.
Bam.
So
They look like they're
knows
fun.
about it. I have to give props to Mutter too, because he came up with the idea of putting the little pods in the corner, because when I built the first one I did it like I've always seen them on the sides, and he had the idea of putting them in the corners, and then you wind up with more doors in the middle so you can actually spawn more than one iron golem at a time.
Makes sense.
It's a little bit bigger pain in the butt to move them from one to the other when you're, you know, trying to fill these up, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. I'm doing the jump. Oh, my brother just came on. Oh god.